today is the official first day of whatever I'm doing. I mean, vlogging, builds, whatever. I mean, we're going to kick this thing off. And I said I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. So, we just picked up some parts. We are on the way to the shop. Derek is there, and we are going to finish up his GSR build to put into his EK Civic. I've got Jay's new block, short block from Mississippi that we bought, complete engine or complete short block. Head gasket came in from Tri-State. I've got the head ready to go. Camaro in front of me driving. Yeah, we're gonna be busy today. We got to do some stuff to Colton's car. He decided to hold off on going turbo for now. We've kind of just, that car's been blah, but between me and him, so we're gonna get him back NA for now, so he can drive the car around. I'm gonna retune it, make sure everything's dialed in. Probably just tune it up pump gas for now. The E85 is not needed at the moment, and then we will get that car back to him. So today's plan is to get Derek's motor together. He's gonna paint it and all that stuff. It's his first Honda, his first, anything. So his first Honda, and he's going to GSR with like good bolt-ons and shit. So it's kind of exciting for him. I wish I could have started off with that, but most guys that start this off is single cam. So he's starting off nice. So that's the plan. Derek's car, his motor, Colton's car, get it running, and then we'll see what happens after that. We might put Jay's head on this new motor and get everything timed up and stuff. Alright, I'll be back with y'all. We're rolling up at the shop. Got a wild Derek over here. Got a slow ass F-150 over here somewhere, hanging out. See this thing? Welcome to YouTube, bitch. This is my life now. Yeah. Camera's probably sucking. We're probably looking horrible, people, because I'm using this shit with like an ancient ass GoPro, a 3. So I mean, we're gonna do it for now. We're gonna use what we got, and then we'll see what happens. He's got breakfast for me, so I gotta eat before I even think about working on shit. We got all kind of, what is this, Duke Energy? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to pay the bill. Fuck off. Alright, so, we're in the shop. I don't know how the lighting is. It's fucking awesome. Alright, I'm gonna eat, and then we'll get back to it. To the camera.
No good.
Alright, so we're doing this with a GoPro. He's shining down here. He's not even looking at me.
Ooh.
We're just gonna wing this shit till we get nicer equipment as far as camera stuff. So we got Derek's head done.
Wow.
And we had a collapsed inner spring, valve spring.
No good.
So I didn't have another inner spring this style. I had some that were 26 pound. This is a 40 pound. And this head, I believe, this is a junk head I have. It's got a crack in it, but it still has all the valve train. So I'm going to pull one of those springs out and make sure that it'll work in his head. And then we're going to pop his spring in because he's already got a valve job, seals, all that done. So that's what I'm doing right now. And Derek's going to kind of show what we got going on here. We might need a light. I don't know how lighting is.
If I can hold the fucking camera steady.
You're gonna hear a lot of vaping because he vapes, so you're gonna hear a lot of yeah, because he's one of those guys.
Hot vape life, bro.
Yeah, so you're gonna hear a lot of that. But if you guys, careful of the transmission.
Yeah.
You guys have been around B-Series shit before, I'm sure, so you've seen this little tool. There's a bunch of different brands of it. This is a Amazon special, $20. All does the same shit. So what I do is, you know, you set it up, the bridge here, you just put it on your your cam cap bolts, and then you put this shine in here. Put it in here. You put the cup in here, and then the bolt. So you're putting just a little bit of pressure by hand on it first to get it set up. Then what I do is I'll take a rag and I'll kind of ball it up, and I'll stick it in the combustion of the valve, just to kind of put some pressure on it. And then we got to turn this thing down. Ooh. I believe it's a 17. Basically what you're doing is you're going to compress the spring so you can take the keepers out. Oh wow. You pay for what you get. This thing's turning on me. Alright. I seen them come up. Now you grab like a magnet, a little small magnet. Grab a little small magnet and you'll grab the keepers out. I got one. I got two. And then you just back it back out. Once you back it out, then you can pull your bridge out the way. Pull the tool out, and then you've got... No, it's got the fucking weaker one. Alright, so if you look at this spring compared to this spring, see how the coils are tighter? The binding of the coil is tighter. This is a 26 pound, around 26 to 28. This is a 40, but it's collapsed for some reason. So I'm gonna try to go on the exhaust side and see if there are different springs on that side, which I don't know what's done to this head. I know that it has dual valve springs, but these are probably factory, and I think that we put aftermarket springs in his. So that was no good there. So we're gonna swap over to the other side and we'll get back to y'all in a minute.
No good.
I don't know what happened. I lost y'all. That was weird. I don't know if I'm out of video or not. We've got people like this to show up and talk shit. You guys that repo your rims and shit, you know. So, like I was saying, we gotta take the fitting out. We're gonna put this fitting in the head to plug that back, and we gotta drill this. Now, drilling this is kind of tedious work, because if you drill too far through here, you will puncture through a water jacket, and then you will have oil and water mixing, and you can basically throw this head in the trash. So my plan is I took this other oil plug out the side of the head, which this runs with the port to it. I'm going to take an Allen key and put it in the hole, and see how it stops. So when I'm drilling, I won't go through the aluminum to the other side. I'll hit the Allen key. Just a precaution. So now we're going to set this up. We're going to get the drilling, and then we'll be back. Alright, so like I told you, I was going to drill that hole out where the plug was, because whoever put the plug in basically didn't get it all the way flush and then grinded it down where you couldn't put an Allen head back in it. So I drilled that out. Came out real good. See how it, you can maybe see, I don't know how good the quality is, but you can see where it hit the Allen key, so I wouldn't go all the way through. So that's done. We got the plug in the head, we got the plug back in the head, took that fitting out, so it's pretty much ready to go. We're gonna clean it up, put the valve spring back in it, and that's it. That's poopy.
We're about to put Das head on Das Ruto.
Das Turudo. Show them the same motor.
Oh,
The 18C1 Type R internals. Yes.
Oh, you see that?
New
It's the
rings,
P73.
Gapped a little bit, just a hair a little loose, because he might do some boost later. Air piece, stock rods, all new bearings. So I mean, it's pretty basic.
If you do not gap the rings right, they will back, and that is no good.
Yeah, we just loosened them just a little. I think I went 20 and 24, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I went.
And make sure you put the lube on the
Yeah,
studs.
we already built the motor. Show them the motor. We already built the motor before I started recording. He cleaned everything up real nice. New water pump. Type R oil pump. He painted the oil pan. I mean, he did a good job. Looks real good. So
We can't let them forget about the that titanium blue transmission. Oh man, that was my mess up. I was trying to paint it like a
alright, so on
silver.
these ARPs, you just go hand tight. A lot of guys just fucking start pounding them down. You just bring them in hand tight. A lot of guys, they'll bring them down hand tight, and then they'll like back them out a little bit. They'll just back them out of here. Because if you know, doing this and torquing down a head, when you strip those threads out in the block, light is horrible. So we're trying not to do that here. Make sure that when you go to put your head on, everything is clean. Make sure that the holes that your studs or bolts go into are blown out and clean, and lubricate your studs when you go into the hole. Because if you have water or anything in there, coolant, it will I guess what they call is like hydrolock the bolt. I might be saying that wrong. Basically, you'll be compressing what's underneath the bolt when you thread it in, and then that's when you can weaken the threads. So just make sure everything's nice and clean.
It's like trying to ram your pecker in a dry butthole. Just
Yeah.
ain't gonna happen.
Like what Derek said. So we got the head back together. You can show them that. We got the springs and retainers in it. We got the rocker assembly in, the LMAs. We drilled that, like I showed you guys earlier, we drilled that hole where it was plugged for LS VTEC before. Yeah, she's ready. So we're just putting the head studs in now, and then we're gonna be sitting the head on it.
We will be back after the commercial break.
All right, we're back. Camera died. Couldn't stop the operation. We had to keep it going. So we've got the head torqued down, cam's in, timed, everything's torqued, everything's good. He's in the process of taping. He wants to paint, which
It's gonna be the bitch.
so
The tape does not
painting
want to stick.
sucks. If you know when you paint an engine, it's a pain in the ass. He's gonna have a good time trying to paint this and make it look good, because painting a block in the head, the front is not bad. He wants to paint the back. I said fuck the back, but that's all what he wants to do. But getting paint into here, that's gonna be fun, because you're gonna paint here and then you're not gonna paint there, and that's gonna make it look worse to me. So I'd rather just have that clean look without it, but that's what he wants. See that big daddy there? Oh baby.
Little razzle dazzle.
So yeah, he's got it ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna get the intake manifold and throttle body and all that mounted up, the fuel rail. So I'm gonna do all that while he's doing that, and then we'll be back. Yo, we're back. All right, so I'm doing this now. This is Jay's motor. We purchased this motor from a shop in Mississippi. It is a Type R block CSS, CP flat tops, mainly turbo tufts. I don't know if I said CSS, but yeah, CSS. 81.5. Should hold some good power. JE Pro Seal head gasket, of course. Twin disc and everything. Somebody get the head put on that right now. I'm just cleaning it up and stuff. It's a skunk. It's a Type R head. Skunk 2 Pro Series valve springs retainers. Skunk 2 valves. So I'm just cleaning it up. Gonna get it ready to put on. Get that thing back together. Derek's out here doing his thing, painting up his engine, primering it right now, making it so clean.
Except for all this bullshit, but I don't care.
I told you nobody's gonna see the back, cuz. So he's over here just spray painting away, but I wouldn't have done it just because I don't care for shit like that. But
It's so clean!
yeah, that's true. That
Das Strudel needs a clean paint job, yeah? The car's name is Sir Einzel. The motor is Das Strudel. Oh wait, oh no, Sir Etzel. Sir Etzel.
What's the name of your car?
Sir Etzel.
And then what's this motor called?
Stastrudel.
This is shit I gotta deal with. Yeah, so. Yeah, he's doing his thing out here on this. And yeah, I'm gonna get that head put on Jay's car. And then more footage, I guess.
Like eye fucking us and shit.
D, what we get done today?
We built Stastrudel.
For which car?
For Sir Etzel.
Alright, so we got Derek's motor almost all the way done. Valve lash, I gotta do that still. Slipped my mind. So I got just the valves on it. Got the rail on, all the vacuum lines, water lines, ITR throttle body, skunk two intake manifold. He got it painted, as you can see. Came out pretty good, actually. He taped it off a lot, so he was able to get it pretty good.
Don't mind the hose lines. That will flake off.
So that's done. I got Jay's motor done. I got the head on it torqued. ITR cams in. Intake manifolds just on it for right now. I've got to get the valve cover vented on the back because it runs a ram, so I'm not going to vent it off the front. I'm going to vent it off the back. Running into a little bit of issue with that because the valve cover's been powder coated and I don't want to drill. I can drill it, that's not going to be the problem, but to clean it off for it to be TIG welded, it's just going to be obvious. It's not going to be clean on the backside, so we might just have to wing it. But that's together. What else we got? I think that's about it. We got these two motors together and we're going to clean up and go from there. Got an LS motor over here I got to tear down and see what's going on with that. Something I got. Brown car. Be up in the next couple weeks. We can get that thing dialed in. That's about it. K-Series training is going tomorrow. We're going to get the short block put back together. Piston and rod K24. Manly rods, 12.5 to 1 Wiseco's, 87 mil. Ported oil pump, spring, shimmed, all that. Come with the chain, tensioner, guides, all that. So it'll be basically a complete short block. You will just need a head. Comes with head gasket and everything. Head studs. We'll get all that put back together and we'll sell that short block. Probably about $2,000 for that. Just because it comes with the Inline Pro tensioner, the Drag Cartel lower chain guide, all the guides, new chain, the head studs, head gasket, all new bearings. It's going to be a fresh motor, 0 miles. So we'll get that back together and got my all-wheel drive tranny tore apart. Trying to figure out the best way to beef that thing up, which is pretty much nothing. I seen the guys welding the shift forks. Say the shift forks bend and break, so I'll probably get those reinforced. And just spend the money one day on a gear set. Got a new twin for Jay's car. So we'll get that back torqued on once I get the motor off the stand. His transmission's chilling over there. LSD 4.4 GSR. And then we'll have him back rocking. And then we got this. We got Colton's car. I've got to finish wiring in the injectors. Mounting the fuel rail. Finish plugging in the harness, and that's it. Headers on. Clean it up and retune it and let him rock it for now until we decide to go boost. That's about it, players. We had a productive day, Derek. You want to close this out?
Das Strudel?
That's it, man. That's all he can say is Das Strudel. Yeah.